heaven, you know I love Eddie Trunk. Life magazine has done a special edition tribute to Eddie Van Halen. And I want to thank Mark Weiss, the photographer, who has the cover photo on the magazine of Van Halen. And he had them send me a couple copies. And it's I didn't get a chance beyond flipping through it to really read it, but it's a very well done Van Halen tribute issue as done by Life, remembering Eddie Van Halen. So that, if it's not on newsstands yet, should be any minute. I want to thank Bill Leverty of Firehouse, who sent me a bottle of tequila for Christmas. Very nice of Bill. Thank you. Maybe I'll get all banged up while I'm complaining on New Year's Eve about no rock being on any of the countdown shows. What else do I need to tell you? Oh, last night, the Foo Fighters performed on Amazon. You know, Foo Fighters with this new record have been doing some creative different things as best they can as far as promoting it and playing on shows and streaming things and what have you. And they performed, I didn't even realize Amazon was doing this, but Amazon, the streaming version of Amazon Prime, did a 4-episode concert series. There's some Christmas spin on it. It's called Christmas concert.
It's actually jam. Lil Nas X, the guy who did Old Town Road. It's like his thing. So it's like Lil Nas X's Christmas holiday, whatever.
Well, this Lil Nas X is the host of the series. And there's 4 episodes. The other 3 are not rock. I forget who they were. I think it was Miley Cyrus maybe. And
Miley's definitely one. I don't know the other 2.
Yeah. So there's 4 of them. And the Foo Fighters one, I guess, premiered last night. And they sell it like it's live, but it's not live. It's clearly pre-recorded. But they did a whole countdown into it and all that, but it's clearly not live. The minute it ended, it reset, and you could tell the way it's produced, it's not live. Foo Fighters play totally live. Don't get me wrong there. God bless them, they're a completely real live rock band. But I went and watched it last night, and it's only, the Foo Fighters thing was only 37 minutes. And the Lil Nas, was it Nas or Nas? Alex, help me out with
Nas.
Little Nas, Lil, not little, Lil Nas X. Okay. I get that he was the host of it, but it was at least I only watched the Foo Fighters one because that was the only rock one, the only one I was interested in. But it was a little strange because when I saw that he was hosting it, I figured it's okay. He's going to come out on stage, introduce the band, maybe talk to him for a few minutes before and after they play, and that's it. But this is why it was clearly all pre-produced, because they did this whole Christmas vibe thing, and they cut into the middle of the show, and he's sitting there on this Santa throne interviewing Dave and Taylor, just, he's the Foo Fighters' latest single is called Shame, 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 or just Shame. And he's saying to Dave and Taylor, he goes, "So tell me about the most shameful present you ever gave somebody." You could just tell they're looking like, shameful present? Like what? And then whatever Taylor answered with, they beeped out. Even though before the show there was a language disclaimer and it's Amazon, they still beeped out whatever Taylor said. So now I got to text him and find out what he said. But you could, my point about it is, it was just I don't know, have whatever host you want, but it just was felt like they were trying to push it a little bit as far as come up with something funny or witty or whatever. And the other thing about it is the way the guy was dressed was in a Santa winter sort of outfit, but it was also really creepy. Like he had like some sort of like eye contact lens things in, and his hair was like frozen icicles or something. It was not a jolly Santa in a stuffed red suit vibe. It was more of like like an evil Santa or something, like a frozen Santa.
You know what?
If it was even a Santa, I don't know what it was. It was like when you watch the cartoons when you're when you're a little kid, the Christmas cartoons, like the mean Santa or whatever.
No. You know what it is?
You saw it, Alex?
Yeah, I've seen the two that are out, which is Miley and this one.
Is he in that same outfit every time?
It's a slightly different variation. This one looks more like Cold Miser. Like, you remember Heat Miser and Snow Miser?
Yes, that's it.
Snow Miser. Yeah, this looks like Snow Miser in a way.
Exactly right. Yes. So, like, I would have, like, if he would have been in a big red jolly Santa suit and just being ho, 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 but it was like almost a demonic Santa Claus because he had these eye things in. He had like these contact lenses and he had like makeup on his face. It was like, I don't know, it was like an Iron Maiden Christmas.
Yeah, it looks like a mix between Father Time and Snow Miser.
I don't know who the person at Amazon who's just like, thought that would be a good festive looking outfit, but whatever. I mean, you could just tell it was like a little forced, and it just, you just say, okay, you want to hire Lil Nas X to host it, that's fine, but just let him be himself. You want to put a Christmas hat on him, great. And he's just like intro the band, say hello, ask him a couple questions about the record, get back to the music. It's just like, you could just tell, like, he goes, so what's the most shameful gift you've ever given? Because obviously they're playing off of the name of the new single. And Dave and Taylor just look at themselves like, shameful gift? I mean, they must have known the question was coming, but it was just awkward. Like, who gives a shameful gift? Anyway, all that aside, Foo Fighters' performance was great. They sounded great. And they only played a half an hour. So you got it was basically a greatest hit set. You got like 4 of their biggest hits. And then you got the new single. And that was it. And it was over.
They didn't do a Christmas cover?
Yes, they did Run, Run, Rudolph at the end. Mm-hmm. Yes, they did. That was the last song. And that was nice. And that was festive-y. They had fake snowfall and whatever. So that was cool. So it's good. But it just, the outfit they put this guy in and his the way they did that was just strange. And, it was short. You would have liked at least an hour. Foo Fighters have so many great songs. You would have liked a full set, but it was what it was. But if you want to see it, it's on demand on Amazon now if you have Prime. You got to search for it a little bit. That was the other thing too. Like my friend Brent Woods told me about it, and then I went right to Prime because I thought it was live. And then when I got on it, I had to actually go into a couple scroll downs to find it. You would have thought they would put a big splash right when you load it up. But anyway, Foo's sounding incredible, and they're a band that, look, at the level they play at, which is a band that easily headlines arenas, if not stadiums around the world. In many parts of the world, there's a straight-up stadium headline. It's going to be a long time before a band like that gets to play live with a big audience again, at least another year, because of the size of the places they play and the amount of people they pull. I mean, of course, they can go into smaller venues, but the business model for that is a challenge because they roll big time. They got a big crew and a big band. And unless you want to leave a lot of money on the table and not, go into your own pocket, the model of them playing a smaller place is really difficult. So they're doing things like this in lieu of it. And, their performance sounded great. And they're real and live, and you can tell not all doctored up. When they had big harmony vocals, they bought out 3 backing singers to actually sing them. What a friggin' concept. So check that out on Amazon if you are so interested. Let's do another break because we need to stay on time. A few more things I need to tell you guys about. And then we're going to talk to Michael Strickland from Bandit Lights about the future of touring and what's going on as they lobby hard at the moment for some financial relief in that industry. Coming up on Trunk Nation.